This is episode number 66.
66.
Numero 66 of the Posters in Every Direction podcast. And this one we are entitling Let Me Take You to Papertown. This is a summer episode. Concert season is in full swing. And Erica and I are just coming off our first Dave Matthews Band concert of the summer.
Doesn't feel like summer unless there's Dave Matthews Band in your face.
I saw you make that post. I was like, that's absolutely accurate.
It's the official kickoff.
It really is. It's the music of summer. It's the feeling of summer. So this is episode number 66.
Mm-hmm.
And the Charlotte, North Carolina Dave Matthews Band show was my 66th Dave Matthews show.
Oh, isn't that crazy?
And so we have this intersection. Dave Matthews debuts a brand new song called Papertown. Mm-hmm. And we really wanted to talk about some of the merch that's available, the merch scene at the Dave concert that we observed. And if there's a current mayor of Papertown when it comes to posters, I really feel like it's Aaron Von Fretter. It's Roxwell. This is the tour poster for Dave Matthews Band that we have in the background.
Yeah. And we'll get into doing a little deep dive on that.
That's right.
But if you are a listener of the podcast, you may have heard Mike scream from the rooftops last year.
Yes.
About the Roxwell t-shirt.
That's right.
Right. So, we're every direction. We're not just posters, but we're in every direction. And one of the things that we love to do is to go to the merch booth. Now, sometimes you're lucky enough that there is the outdoor merch booth outside of the venue.
That's right.
So we went to Charlotte. It's now the True Lion Amphitheater.
That's right.
Whatever the big amphitheater is out in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I think last summer it was PNC Pavilion.
Yeah, some other bank.
This summer it's True Lion.
Yes. And we had gotten a text message, I guess, from the venue about, traffic and parking. And then I saw that there was going to be outdoor merch starting at 3:30 in the afternoon. Now, what we didn't know is that it's like a fraction. Like, they have maybe top sellers, I think is what they were trying to do.
That was how the merch booth guy, concierge, attendant, cashier, whatever you want to call him. That's how he explained to me. He said, these are our quote unquote top sellers.
Okay.
In other words, they had some items outside. They did not have all of the merchandise outside.
Like, they didn't have the foil posters outside.
At least at the merch point we went to. Now at the time we were there. Right. It's possible they had them and they sold out outside. I saw somebody else post on Facebook a picture of the foils at the outdoor merch. So unclear as to how many they had, if they had them at all. But I guess the advice is, if you want a foil and if you want to try to get it from the outside merch tent,
you got to be first.
You better be first in line or really close there too, because they are allocating them, dividing them amongst the merch booths. That much is clear.
Mm-hmm.
And they might sell out. Now, if they do sell out outside, fret not, right? Yeah. You can make a play for it indoor. That's what I did. I was able to score the 2026 DMB summer tour print. So this lists all the dates of the summer tour. Again, it's by Roxwell, Aaron Von Fretter. He did it was the Uncasville, the casino, which we have. I should have pulled that for the episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the black paper sort of playing card deck theme, which is an awesome piece. I love that piece.
One of our favorites.
It's for me, a companion piece up there alongside my Methane Studios 10 of Spades through Ace of Spades and the Joker set from 2009.
Mm-hmm.
That playing card casino theme carries through. Yeah. But I love Aaron's work. I love Roxwell's work on the posters, right? That's a given. This tour poster, I think, is the best tour poster I've ever seen for the Dave Matthews Band.
It 100, like...
Maybe for any band. I mean, I can't really think of another tour-long poster I've liked as much for any band that at least we collect.
Yeah.
I can't think of one off the top of my head. And so this one, shout out and absolute kudos to Roxwell, to Aaron. You crushed it. This tour poster, I think, is really special considering last year the Dave Matthews Band got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I feel like it has that vibe to it.
To me, when you see, and we'll try to populate the picture here and actually put it up on socials, but we were lucky enough to get the foil variant. The foil variant is a fire dancer embossed variant. It's very special. The first one we ever got was actually one from the Gorge last year. Was a Todd Slater.
Yep.
And some friends of ours had picked it up for us and surprised us. Didn't know that that's what we were going to get. But when I say that, like, you hit the nail on the head. This is a rock and roll Hall of Fame winning band.
Yep.
And this poster is just like it screams like just classic rock.
Yep.
You know, the center of it is our daughter actually was like, she's like, oh, it's like Marilyn Monroe in the middle of it, holding up what I would say like a gold record, right? And it makes me think of like that Saturday Night Live episode with you know, I wake up and eat gold records for breakfast. It's
Christopher
Walken with more cowbell.
Yeah, that's right. Bruce Dickinson. He makes $1 million platinum records for every day.
Every day for breakfast.
After he puts his pants on one leg at a time. I kind of saw the silhouette of like the Grammy statue here. Or the I think it's the Grammys. It's
like an Oscar too.
Or an Oscar. Yeah. It's got that, hey, let's celebrate this as the year that's like the tour and take around the Stanley Cup of rock and roll. Oh, like we've been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I love that.
And it's got this real stained glass kind of look to it. That's, to me, I don't know if it's Art Deco, Art Nouveau. I'm not really that well versed in those vernacular, but it looks to me like that Mad Men era, like the way an early rendering of like a window out of the Chrysler building or something like that. And it has that vintagey feel to it. It's a classic design that is never going to go out of style, in my opinion. And I want to say, again, like Erica said, the foil that they chose for this, to have those fire dancers embossed for the show edition. It's
like next level.
It's next level. It's entirely appropriate. It's brilliant. It's a use of the fire dancer without going overboard. And there's a very subtle fire dancer in the center of the piece on sort of the record that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebratory statue lady is holding up.
Now, what was really cool is if you're not a foil person, because we've talked to a lot of collectors and some people are just not foil people.
And that's cool.
And that's awesome. It was put on at least at the spots we were at, is on like, it was like a minty green paper.
Yes.
So everywhere that you see the black and the foil, on our print was this like mint. I think it's like an icy mint green.
No, I think the black is the black, but I think where you see the foil, it's the mint green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's also the show edition, right? These are both available at the venue. These are going to be available at every stop, I believe, this summer.
Until they sell out.
Until they sell out. Question as to, will that mint green be available again? Or is that selling out? That's to be determined. What I have seen, that Aaron mentioned on his socials, because he already had his artist drop for this and it sold out lightning quick, like instantly. I think it was seconds. We hopped on, it was already sold out. His foil variant was just rainbow foil. It did not have the fire dancers embossed.
Correct.
That's available at the show only. I can tell you from our count, this is a run, the foil version, of about 1,500 and change. Looks like 1,520, 1,500. Is it 1,500 even?
It looks about 1,500 even. But
let's just call it 1,500 for sake of discussion.
That makes the most sense.
So there's a lot of these foils. That's a high run. But remember, that's spread across the whole tour. So if you have, 20 stops, right, you're only going to have about 75 or so of these available, maybe each stop in the foil. I pulled up to the merch booth. I'm going to get to discussion about the peoples and the absolute salivating hunger for merch that it seems like everybody has for Dave every year. I mean, we were in Charleston last year. It was crazy. I'll get to that in a minute. But I was lucky to pull up to the merch booth. I got there. I'm telling you guys, I was not on my game. I was a little bit off. Coming in, we're in the lawn. Our daughter was with us. We had a great time, family outing. Yeah. Saw some very dear friends in from out of town, some local friends we hadn't seen in a hot minute. You just kind of that culmination of friends and DMB fam on the lawn, which is great.
It's awesome.
Not where you are, but who you're with that really matters. So really we were focused on getting our spot on the lawn, then had to get snacks, all the things, right? Blankets out. And then, restroom time, and I came out of the men's bathroom and the line for merch was deep.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, what we're going to do here, we're going to jump in the line. We're going to be with the people. That's where we like to be.
Yeah, you texted me. And
I texted you. I said,
I'm sorry. I love you.
I think I said potential foil loading was my first text.
No, I think
maybe
you said,
didn't come through.
I think you said, I love you. I'm sorry. And then you sent me a picture, a selfie of you in the line.
That's right. That's right. So I said, if it was up there when I get there, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Let's not pull any punches. Let's talk about the dollars. This bad boy's $150 at the merch booth.
Yeah,
it's a foil. This is unfortunately standard pricing for Dave Matthews Band foil edition posters at this day and age.
Outside of New York in the Gorge, I believe.
Correct. But I will also say this is just free market capitalism, the law of economics, supply and demand. If the Dave Matthews Band could not sell foil posters at $150, it would be at a lower price point. But this is what the people want. They want that shiny paper. And so there's only a few. Supply is low. Demand is high. Price goes up. It's economics 101. So with that, I'm over it. I'm not going to complain about the price. I understand if it's not for you, if it's too expensive, or you follow another band. Like Goose, for instance. Goose charges $75 for their foils at their concerts. They do a really cool band-signed edition of regulars for $125. Mm-hmm. So again, comparing the price point and things like that can be a little bit like, but at the same time, supply and demand.
I think it also makes us a little bit more like thoughtful on the prints that we pick up. Unfortunately, right? It just reduces the volume that we can buy just based on economics of things. But I think both of us, when we see something that we're like, I mean, I remember seeing this pop up. I think Roxwell posted it, and I was like, that is the best Dave tour poster I have ever seen. And I was like, 100% we'll spend the dollars for it. And this is already on the wall. I had to take this off the wall. Like, we literally got home.
Yeah, framed it up, flattened it, framed it,
and put it up on the wall.
Yeah,
so
just no question.
No question.
It's not a portfolio piece for us.
No, but you're right though. Like at the end of the day, it's a challenge. It's a financial challenge. The cost of going to shows is more expensive.
Yep. Parking now.
A lot of the venues are charging for parking where they used to be free.
And if you're like Mike, I like bougie parking. I like to be close and on asphalt as opposed to loose stones.
Yeah. And some venues, it makes the most sense to do it that way. But, we have like a lot of things competing for our dollars, where I think even 5 years ago, it wasn't really as much of like a strain financially.
Yep.
So,
all that to say, $150 for a foil print. We get it. It's pricey, but when you see it and you love it and it hits that chord, that's when you're just like, I'll figure it out later or whatnot. Right. And I think that's what Aaron brings to the table. That's what Roxwell brings to the table. Mm-hmm. Artists of that caliber that get it. There's no other way for me to say it than he understood the assignment. Like, I mean, he got it.
A+, 1,600 on the SATs.
That's right. Absolutely. And fully delivered. Now, we're hearing, or I saw on Aaron's Insta, that don't fret that his artist's APs drop sold out. He may have other variants available later in the summer.
Yeah. So
I put that next to what we've seen in the past. I go back to last summer where we had the Ben Kwok tour elephant, right? And there was like a blue one and a red one and a green one.
That made it even a little hard. You're like, oh, if you're the type of person that's got to like have a set.
Catch them all like Pokemon, right?
It's a little hard.
Yeah, get all those Kwok elephants running around. Yeah. That's tricky. You have to be at the venue, right? Because the venue ones are on the foil with the fire dancer paper. Yeah. That was another brilliant use. I think Todd Slater brilliantly used it at the Gorge last year. I think Ben, a couple
different colorways
on his tour poster, which again, that was a phenomenal tour poster. It's just like, wow, you see these artists come out and it's just like every year kind of like going above and beyond. And so we have another one now. Will history repeat itself? Will we see other color variants of this?
Be surprised.
My guess is probably yes.
Based on demand, based on the fact that this is in the community, very, very well received.
Yes.
Like not just us, because we have our own opinions and that's just what they are. But overall, this is a knock like out of the park.
Yep.
And if you are a Dave Matthews Band fan and you are going on tour this summer, even if you go to one stop, get the tour poster.
Yep.
It is phenomenal. Now,
and if you're not foil, the regular is just
awesome.
It's one of those that I almost bought both.
I know.
And I exercised restraint and I said, well, we're going to another show this summer. We're going to the Raleigh show. Let's see what they have in Raleigh. Right. Maybe we pick up the regular tour edition there.
Well, what else did you get at the merch booth?
So yeah, this is let's talk really quickly about. So we talked a little bit about the outdoor merch booth.
Yeah,
I was 30 people deep in the merch line that I was in, and there must have been 10 plus lines across.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm in line with roughly, just do the quick math, 300 or so fans at one merch booth within the
inside the venue.
The venue. There are at least, I believe, 2 other merch points, one on the other side and then one up somewhere in the middle. They said there were at least 3.
Okay.
So you've got probably the same lines at any given time, 1,000 fans across the board in line buying all of the merch. I mean, I didn't see people picking up one item. I saw people loading up.
Well, this is also one of the front end shows of the summer too.
Correct.
Right? First East Coast one.
And the first time Dave was back in Charlotte.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Just as a band stop on their tour. Not like last summer he was there as a part of a
they went to the Love and Life Festival last year.
And so you have your captive audience. First time back in Charlotte, I think it was Corner of Gray Street podcast. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
And or the DMB Society. Shout out to those folks that mentioned this was the first time back in 4 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And this is a venue that has had a lot of Dave shows throughout the years. Yeah. We had a very good friend, Mikey. Shout out to Mikey, who's one of the co-hosts of the Slow Ready podcasts. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, happy 50th show to Mikey at that venue.
This was another reason we had to get there. Had to be there for Mikey's 50th. He said he's seen like 20 summer.
It was the most, something
like that.
It was the most. It was the location he's seen Dave the most at.
Yeah. So this is sort of his home venue, right? And so there's a history here. There's a fan base here, and this fan base hasn't been fed, so to speak, in 4 years. You don't get a
good hometown show in a long time. I mean, we're in Raleigh. They sometimes flip-flop. Sometimes they'll play both Raleigh and Charlotte. One year they skipped both and we did Wilmington for 2 nights. So,
and sometimes we get none in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah. So, we'll take it where we can.
Yeah, and just shout out to the Dave Matthews Band and their management. Thank you all for coming to North Carolina. There are a lot of people here, and this is sort of my note to y'all as the fan of my observation is the people are hungry for their merch.
Okay.
Like I said, 10 wide, 30 deep, and people buying multiple items at point of sale.
Yeah.
I'm talking hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, the canvas bag, a blanket, posters, all the things, stickers, all the things. So let's take a quick step back and talk about DMB Tour 25. I did have to shout it from the rooftops. Yeah. I think Erica brought it with her today.
I have mine.
Well, Aaron Von Freder did the 2025 DMB tour shirt. And I said last year, this is the single greatest tour shirt for the Dave Matthews Band that had ever existed up to that point in time. The design, absolutely
nostalgic, rock and roll, but modern.
Just like the Rush, Pink Floyd feel for the Dave Matthews Band. It was like, this is legendary. They put it on T-shirts. They put it on sweatshirts, stickers, bags, the pennant.
Yep. Also, it's on our favorite Comfort Colors.
Yep.
You cannot go wrong with a Comfort Colors t-shirt.
And I want to circle back to Comfort Colors and also, hey, DMB management, why are we still messing around with some of those Bella candles? Yeah. But let's go to, or whatever they're called. Not sponsored by brands, but Comfort Colors is what
all
it is.
Day,
it's
every
the best.
day.
So this year, Roxwell, in addition to the tour poster,
updated his t-shirt.
Updated the tour logo for 26.
Yes.
So we have a 2025 version,
Yep.
which I already told y'all, that's the greatest DMB tour shirt I've ever seen.
Yep.
And then we dropped 2026.
Yeah.
And Roxwell does it again. And this is the 2026 version.
Yeah.
We're going to hold that up.
And this is cool because this one doesn't say the Dave Matthews Band. This is just DMB.
Right.
Like, if you know, you know. And 2026 tour, it really, it's sort of like it expanded upon, but
it's a companion piece.
It is. It's like, you got to get them all.
And now you all want to know, well, Mike, which one is the best? Which one do you like better? I don't know that I can pick, guys.
It's like choosing your favorite child.
I just feel like this is an extension of what the greatness we saw in 2025 from Roxwell. There I am peeking out weirdly. Again, here you do get the Dave Matthews Band on the back of the shirt and all of the dates, right? Again, standard operating procedure. We know, list the dates on the tour shirt.
High quality.
Very well done in the choice of the fonts, in the ink colors, in that sort of, summer feel of the golden hour, sun setting, the fire dancer in sort of a...
lightning bolts that are just, I mean, it's like, could you want anything more? The other side of it is Comfort Colors is our favorite t-shirt. One, because you know what you're going to get. They do not shrink up weird in the wash. You can put them in the dryer. You can pretty much guarantee that if you're a large, you're a large, or medium, you're a medium. But the other piece that I really have to shout out is oftentimes the screen printing. When you have like a tour t-shirt, can feel that plasticky. This is like worn vintage. It feels like you have had this t-shirt. I think I might have said this.
Close with some of the lettering, you can see there's some
it almost looks like it's crackling.
Intentional crackling. It's on the front and the back. Too. So it looks like that timeless, like legendary.
I've had this shirt since the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it feels. And I think I even said that for last year's one, is I was like, it feels like your favorite t-shirt that you have had for 20 years. That's right. That you wear.
Super soft, already ready to wear.
Yep.
Love the Comfort Colors. In contrast, because it's like the 30th anniversary of Crash, which is insane to say.
Yep.
30 years. I remember stalking National Record Mart waiting for Crash to drop when I was a kid.
They brought back that white Crash t-shirt.
That's exactly what it was. And they had that at the merch booth alongside the original Dave Matthews Band Fire Dancer white one.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so it was a really interesting contrast to sort of see how far we've come.
The new hotness that feels old.
That's right. The new that's perfect. The new hotness that feels old. And then there's also those just oldies but goodies that you could get, tie-dye them yourself or whatnot.
Yeah.
But these, again, Roxwell just crushed it.
Yep.
This is just another fire piece, legendary already.
Yeah.
You can tell these are going to be worn with love.
They will be your favorite t-shirt for summers here to come.
Yep.
You will wear them and love them, and
had to get one. Right? It wasn't even a question.
100%.
It was like, that was my mission. It was, go see some great music, see some friends, spend a family day with Erica and with our daughter.
Yep.
And then from the merch perspective, try to get that foil poster if possible. Check, got it.
Done.
And get the tour t-shirt, which I had to do. And it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Which one do I like better, 25 or 26? I like them both the same. I really do. It's just an extension. It's a continuation. I can't wait to see what Roxwell does for DMB Tour 27. I
really do hope that they continue sort of this. I think it's sort of like a collection, right?
It's a no-brainer to me at this point. Yeah. You've got to have at least a trilogy of these things. What I would love to see, if I had to make one constructive criticism comment, is I'd love to see Roxwell's work on a non-ill-fitting hat, on a hat that would fit my size head.
Take a logo. Right? I would love to see a patch.
Make it into a patch, if not a hat, so that we, the fans, can make our own hat with the patch. Yeah. That would be acceptable. But, hey, DMB merch management, who I don't think knows about us or listens to our podcast, but in my own fan fiction, I imagine, love you guys. I've loved you for years. I've bought tons of stuff from you through the warehouse
100%.
And the merch booth. I would love to see this type of logo this year on hats or on a patch that we could put on a hatch ourselves.
Yeah. Well, the sticker actually.
Talk about the sticker.
Yeah.
This could be a potential patch.
This could be a potential patch. I can think of it. It's the same logo.
Pick this also up at the outside merch booth tent in Charlotte.
That is a fire foil.
I got
sticker.
The foil. There's also a non-foil with the color variant. So whichever you prefer.
I didn't know that.
I should have bought both. It gets.
Well, you get a little like overwhelmed.
Fast and furious.
Yeah, and then we were up there with you, and we were trying to figure out other things and asking our daughter if she wanted something. So, but yeah, this is actually going to be a perfect addition to the new poster tube.
Yep. This is just a classic.
It's
the
classic.
DMB.
Yep. With the summer.
With the logo, the Fire Dancer, the 2026 tour, the lightning bolts. Again,
awesome.
This is like iconic. is what Roxwell is doing.
If they can make a sticker with this, they can easily make a patch with this.
Make it into a patch.
Make it a patch. I have
put it on a hat.
A really awesome
I'll wear
patch.
it.
I have a great patch project of jean jacket that I've been doing. I've been collecting patches, and I don't have a DMB patch.
Right.
I don't know if there have been patches that have been made.
If I have to make one suggestion again with the hat, and I know DMB and management might be open to this type of thing because we see that Flaherty brand, that more expensive price point.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, merch team,
in a few years, though.
Take a look at the hat brand Melin, MELIN. This is a high-end hat. They're my favorite hat. I'm not sponsored, but it is a great hat. Mm-hmm. That's where I would put my patch because they have a small, a medium, and an extra large. I'm an extra large. Us big-headed guys, we need the bigger hats to fit our giant heads. But again, whether it's a patch or you guys make up a hat or whatnot, I think the Roxwell work that he's done
would be perfect.
Perfect for a ball cap.
Yep.
So that is my talk about the sticker.
Yeah, and then we've seen this before. I didn't grab them, but playing cards.
Playing cards.
For the last few years, they've been doing playing card decks with the posters from the previous tour. Which is really cool because...
Now, all of you Mint Inbox collectors, just bear with me. I did open these.
Yeah.
Right?
It's an awesome set of cards. They still, to this day, use the Joker, the Grugrux Joker from Methane Studios. Is that the one from... Is not the Gorge one?
Yeah, it was a
Gorge one. Yeah, I mean, this is also another great way, one, to pick up and say, little mini versions of my posters. But also, if you flip on the backside, the actual deck of cards design is really freaking cool. It's got Grugrux. It's like a Rorschach, it's the mirrored image top and bottom with the fire dancers. And they're really good quality cards. Like they're not just like crappy cards.
They're that almost plastic feel of a card like you would experience in a higher end casino room or poker game.
Yeah, they're saying this is a first edition series 14.
Yeah, I have a few of them. I do not have all of them.
Yeah.
There's the James Flames that made the deck, which is also the cover of the deck.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Again, pick a card, any card. And basically what you get on each one of these is a little mini image of the poster from the tour last year.
Yeah.
Here was another one of our favorites from last year, the 2025 tour, the Miles Sang.
Mm-hmm.
That made the deck. It is the two of clubs.
Yeah. We have that one up on our wall.
And again, to see, just flip through them. If you're a poster collector, if you love it like we do, Ace of Diamonds. This is that one from Jones Beach last year, which I love.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's just a really nice walk down memory lane to say, hey, what did we see last year? Oh, yeah, let's not forget. Todd Slater delivered an absolute banger at the Gorge last summer with this sort of stallion horse just in this Van Gogh we have 3 of those. The AP foil, the show foil, and the regular. Oh yeah, there was another Todd Slater absolute banger last year.
Yeah.
Which I picked up in a foil because I can't control myself.
There was actually a run of Slaters that were just insane. There was the ones also from Noblesville as well. There were like the Buffalo. Is that
yeah, 2025 delivered us a Chuck Sperry. Let's not forget that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the year that we had in 2025 with DMB posters was pretty special.
Here's a question for you. I mean, if 2025 was really special, and had just flaming like gold star level posters, the hardest part is like every year, I'm sure as the management, like how do you bring something new and fresh?
Yes.
But also things that the people love.
Yeah, I think that's the tough balance. It's a job that I fully respect and can't imagine having, but you just hit it on the head. That's the balance. Keep it new, keep it fresh.
Yeah.
But there are certain styles or iconography that the band and their management know this is what the people love and they want. And that's probably a pretty tough balance because on one hand, I think you really want artists to push the envelope, create something new and fresh that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
On the other side of it, from the business perspective, I'm sure band and management want these posters to sell through. So they want to please the people as well. So that's the balance, new and fresh versus the tried and true. And we know what the people like. Mm-hmm. But I think there are good or positive takeaways in that challenge in and of itself, even for artists. Right. And I think, again, Roxwell just knocked it out of the park. This is something we haven't seen before like this, but it seems to fit squarely within the sort of what you expect out of a DMB poster.
It also, we've talked about this a lot, but like the artist mark, like I saw this, I knew before I knew that it was Aaron's work, that like I was like, that's Aaron's work. But it's so stunning. And if you want to, we actually, luckily enough, Aaron was one of the first artists to come on our podcast back in the day. I believe it's episode 27, and we had him come on and actually talk us through that piece from Uncasville. So if you want to go back, episode 27, listen to Aaron, a little bit about his story, about his background. But to have that feel, this feels like it belongs. I mean, I think, he did a whole series, I think at maybe it was Rockefeller, like Top of the Rock, Rockefeller Center. He did a whole series for them. This feels like it just slides right into that. Because I always saw those pieces of his, and that's why that one from Uncasville felt so similar. But this one in this gold and black, and the way that the fire dancers pop right off of that foil, lights out.
There's another merch piece that Roxwell's done, I believe. I don't know that it's been officially announced or whatnot, but I've seen on Aaron's Instagram him post the stickers that are coming out, which sort of highlights the Grammy-like
he's
statue
doing
image.
Those with his APs. So this is why another reason to support the artist.
Right.
You get a little bonus something, but I believe that with all pieces, DMB pieces going forward for the rest of the summer until they sell out, he is going to include a sticker.
That image from the sticker, DMB is also used for another t-shirt at the booth. Now, I looked at this, and this is where I get a little constructive criticism again. The artwork's flawless.
Right.
No complaints. In fact, I wanted to own one. I wanted to buy one.
We tried.
The sign said they had it up to a 3X. Then the folks tell me they do not. That's a typo. They only had it up to 2X. I don't remember the brand of t-shirt it's on, but if anybody's listening, it's like the tri-blend. It's that
really
soft,
thin,
which I like. The thinner soft, that's great. I mean, that has its place. It's not the thick, dense, heavyweight.
With the skinny label. It might be Bella.
It might be, but whatever it is, the 2X that I looked at,
that's a good size.
Could have fit like my daughter's American Dream doll. Like it could not.
It wasn't
fit
that
me.
Small, but it was a good full size.
It would have been making me look like a sausage. Like I could not pull this shirt off. It was so snug and small. Yeah. It was not a true 2X. But call it a slim fit or I don't know what's slimmer than slim fit, but it's like beyond
Kate
a slim
Moss fit.
It was not for me. For my size, I don't think it's for.
I love the picture of it and the logo of it. It's one of those.
I don't think it's
ones.
True to size.
No, and sometimes those ones, even for women. Yeah. And I'll wear like a small or a medium sometimes. Sometimes I have to go up to a large or an extra large in that particular brand. But then what happens is they get really long, like a dress long on me. And if you've met me in person, you know that I am not the tallest human being.
Right.
But yeah, it's a miss in the fact that like there actually were several t-shirts that we wanted to get. There was a beautiful one that was like this purpley pink, had these beautiful butterflies on the back of it. Didn't like the texture of it. It was kind of a weird shape. It had that wider neck. That's a women's shirt that I don't particularly love. So, you get up to the booth and you're like, I love that. That looks great. And then you hold it and you touch it and you're like, I'm just not going to wear it, And that's that conversation earlier about like competing for dollars. I'd rather throw my money at the poster that I absolutely love and I'll walk by every day than getting an ill-fitting t-shirt that I'm just going to keep in my drawer, to be totally honest.
And I understand, right? It's multiple SKUs to fit multiple people's desires and things like that.
And also price points. I get it.
That's a tough balance.
But a $40 t-shirt that doesn't fit,
right?
I'm sorry. Like, I'm out.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, my one constructive is like, maybe can we get some consistency there? But
right.
I honestly don't mind the collab with like Flaherty at a higher price point. I think that can be good to give people options.
Maybe.
But when you have a shirt that is labeled a 2X and it looks like a schmedium. That's a trademark patent copyright schmedium pending. I think your options are either number one, go with a different shirt to print that incredible image on. Mm-hmm. Don't pick the schmedium fitting shirts. Or option two, if you're going to have that, and the sign says 3X.
At
least have it up to a
yeah.
3X and maybe even 4 or 5X. Because again, I get that certain shirts fit different ways, but some awareness as to if you're selling these guys in a true 2X.
And it's the same price point.
And the correlative shirt to this 2X in that other brand is a 4X. Well, then carry that in 4X.
I will say.
But again, this is minor nitpicky stuff. Yeah. It's just to say that Roxwell delivered another 100%. Incredible image that's on another shirt. If it fits you, if you're a schmedium, God bless and get it because it's a banger shirt. But I couldn't squeeze into it.
Yeah.
So and that was disappointing.
The opinion on comfort colors isn't just, I mean, it is a spreading across the board collectible thing. And so actually while we were in line, there was another couple to the left of us. And one of them actually was wearing that really cute one that was the pig one from last year. I think it was like a fundraiser one.
Yep. And
I remember the guy went up and he was like, oh, there's a tank top that I don't know who the art was. It was that owl.
Oh, yeah, that was fire.
It was fire. It was on a Comfort Colors tank top.
Yeah.
It was weird and sort of a strange cut. So it wasn't for me. But I remember he grabbed it and the girl that he was with, he was like, oh, it's Comfort Colors. He's like, this shirt I'm wearing, the pig one, is also on Comfort Colors.
Yeah.
And, I overheard this conversation. I'm like, the people want Comfort Colors.
Yes.
Just give it to us. We will spend way more money. You will make more money, even if you lose out on like your margins on Comfort Colors because it costs more to make.
Yep.
You'll sell so many more because I would have bought 3 t-shirts.
Right. Well, that exactly. I would have bought at least one more for me. The other Roxwell design that I was talking about that's only available in schmedium. And so, maybe consider a second run of that, merch and management.
Flip it up or put it online.
Maybe for the back half of the tour or online warehouse.
Yeah.
Maybe for warehouse members. I've been one for since 1999. So, hey, there's that request too. And I love my warehouse members.
And maybe we sound like broken records, but, we're competing for dollars here. And so I'm not going to be able to get all the merch items at the booth anymore. So it's got to be high quality. It's got to be a banger like image. It has to be so fire that I'm going to regret if I don't pick it up at the merch booth these days. At least for us.
Well, and let's go back to another case study there last summer, Charleston.
Right.
There was a powder blue Big-Eyed Fish Company, Dave Matthews Band done on Comfort Colors. And I have that shirt, number one. I stood in line for an hour to get that shirt because I'm that obsessed. I didn't realize that was on night one. I didn't realize they were going to sell out completely. Yeah. I also didn't realize I had a laundry list of friends who missed out on that shirt, who wanted it. That had I known, obviously, I would have picked it up in that moment and just, gotten reimbursed by them. But, you have some data that shows the sell-through rate on something like that.
I bet
let's put that to use maybe for the future. And, if you dropped a venue-specific shirt at every venue, what would that look like on Comfort Colors?
We were with some friends who were at the Texas shows, and there was a fire Texas one.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain it was on Comfort Colors. So they're picking and choosing, right? They're probably at those big venues like Noblesville will have them.
The 2-night stands.
The 2-night stands should have them, which makes a lot of sense, because you don't have to ship as much stuff and you're going to sell out of it. But I mean, look, we have a lot of collectible things. And we have a lot of shows that we're going to.
Yep.
And we have kind of a variety of bands that now we see. And so that's sort of we really want the best of the best.
Now let's segue there as we go to a lot of shows.
Yeah, we do go to a lot of shows.
Try to pick up a lot of posters.
Yes.
You might have seen a recent Insta short that
we did. We did a live.
A live?
We went live, I think.
I don't know what they're called, guys.
Yeah, it's live.
A live.
And then I turned it into a reel.
We did an unboxing of a new poster tube that we picked up.
Yes.
And this is called the Groove Tube.
Groove, GRUVTUBE.
Not sponsored, but just sharing the knowledge with the people because I'm very impressed. We took this tube with us down to Mexico for the Goose Viva El Gonzo experience, which we probably need a whole episode to go through that with y'all.
Yep.
That was an incredible experience. Lots of merch and posters to discuss.
Yeah.
This tube successfully rolled up 5 posters and craft paper with room to spare.
Plenty of room to spare.
And brought them all back safely through airport security. I think because it's clear, that was helpful. I didn't have to open it up and show
nobody
anybody.
asked anything about it.
You can see we're starting to put a few stickers.
Mm-hmm.
We have not yet fully stickered.
Yeah.
We were probably going to put the Roxwell Tour foil on here. Just need to find the right spot.
Yeah.
It's a locking cap that is basically made out of like a 3D printed material.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, the plastic is not like mold injected PVC. It's just kind
like
of the
legit,
but it's hard.
Yep.
And it's sturdy and it locks very well.
Yeah.
The strap is really the gem of this whole thing for me. It's like a guitar strap.
Yeah.
And these little carabiners are very user friendly, very easy on, very easy clip off again. You can also pick up other guitar straps that they have to interchange if you want to, change up your look or whatnot. It's fully adjustable. It's a very smooth adjustment to kind of shorten it up or lengthen it up. And so I'm impressed with it. It was very comfortable on my back to carry through the airport or whatnot. And I was able to rig it, again, using the little clips and thread this through my backpack to have it just kind of stow along with me through the airport. I will tell you one side note. It is a little tricky to fit it in the overhead compartment of the airplane.
Yeah.
What I will tell you that I solved after a couple airplane rides was there's sort of extended ledge above your suitcases, sit sort of like above behind.
Yeah.
So I would kind of try to get this up there first and then put the last suitcase in the overhead. And then it fits fine and it rides and it made it down there and back and no brakes, no dents, no real stuff.
It is really, it's very heavy duty, like PVC. The other cool thing.
And the stickers adhere incredibly well.
Very well. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys, and again, not sponsored, is they actually are coming out with their 2.0 strap.
Yep.
So one of the big things on the current strap that we have is it's got a very raised texture to it, which I noticed can snag on some things. So, as far as feedback goes, like if you were to kind of slide it on something, you could snag it. The new 2.0 strap is smooth. It feels actually feels like a seatbelt.
Yep.
So it's like got more of a seatbelt material and it's totally smooth, but still got a beautiful print on it. Still got a beautiful texture to it. So if you are looking to upgrade your tube.
And are those clips pretty much the
same? They're
exactly
the same clips. Yeah, they're
these
exactly the same. So you can literally, and you can get, get multiple straps, customize them for what you want, but they are really easy to lock on and off. And, Mike was the one who carried it around with him.
Yeah.
Like I said, through airports, planes, trains, and automobiles.
I'm thinking you could, it might be overkill for you, but you could probably do two straps.
Oh, maybe wear them like a backpack?
On a tube and wear it like a backpack. You could rig it that way. If you don't like the crossbody feel and you want more of the backpack feel, that might be interesting. I might try that and just see how that works. It might not work, but...
Well, I'm going to say even just the texture of the new 2.0 strap, I think is going to probably wear a little bit better than that current one that we have. Like I said, I feel like it could just one little snag and it might just, shred up one of these beautiful kind of stitches. So,
and I've seen people say like, oh, it's just a clear PVC tube. I can get that from Home Depot, make it myself. Cool. If that's what you do, God bless, do that.
Right.
I'm not that crafty. For me, I like, turnkey. Buy it and go. I think it was about $60. It's to me a reasonable price point and investment in, shiny paper or non-shiny things we're investing time, energy, and money to get. You want to be able to travel with it safely, securely, not just for you. We traveled back from Mexico with a couple of our friends' posters because they did not have a tube. So that hence the 5. Again, rolled them all up.
We could have
easily.
I could have easily put in 3, 4 more.
Yeah, it says up to 8. I really think we could have gotten 10. I know they don't want to necessarily advertise that, and you don't want to stuff it full, but 8 is not going to be a problem in this tube. It is wider than your typical. Poster
and
tube.
We've done a side-by-side on the previous tube that we had bought, like off of Amazon. But, here's the other thing. This is created by a DMB fan.
Yes.
Been going to Dave's shows for over 20 years. Could you go and get a cheap one on Amazon? Sure. And it'll last you only a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Mine's already banged up.
It's already done. I would say if you're looking to support a small business, an entrepreneur,
a fellow
fan of the Dave Matthews Band, I would highly go check out GrooveTube, GruvTube.
Get you your
Go get you your GrooveTube. Honestly, like I said, that they've got a little shop. They've got a 25-inch tube and a 19-inch tube. So if you don't, maybe you don't want, they have one called the Shorty. So maybe you don't want one that's as big as the one we have now. Again, big poster collectors need a lot of posters to be able to travel with, but it's $59.99.
Yeah, reasonable.
$60, which is really reasonable. You can, they've got actually a couple different strap selections.
Yep.
So you can customize it. Like we don't all need the same thing.
And you may or may not need this amount of space for going to a Dave show. I get it.
No,
although
I will
say, if you're like us, you might pick up the regular and the foil of the venue and the foil and maybe the regular of the tour. You might be walking away with 3 or 4 posters in a night.
Right.
I think this
you
would
may
serve
be traveling
you well.
from show to show. Like
you might be going to multiple shows
in a row, or you might be going to Dave and Tim Mexico, where we know that has at least
between triptychs and venue,
it could be 7 to 9 posters.
Yeah.
So
the other one I wanted to bring up is outside of concert going. Erica and I were recently back in February at the Atlanta Rock Poster Show.
Oh yeah,
with the Posters in Every Direction podcast, as well as Best of the Tour podcast. Check us out over there too. We host for Best of the Tour as well. And if you're going to any type of poster convention, which if you're listening to us and you haven't been, I can't stress enough, get to a poster con. Get to a poster show through the Rock Poster Society or through
Poster Institute,
Flatstock, or
or go to Color Haiku if you're out on the West Coast.
Find them, start searching these up, and get there.
So freaking awesome!
You will meet artists that you adore. You will hear stories. You will share a new experience, and you'll have access to archives with bangers that are available. That you're like, I can't believe it. I remember when this sold out. These artists are making their living and they're selling their portfolios as a part of that. Gives you the opportunity to pick up some gems. If you're like us, when you go there, you're going to come out of there with 6 plus posters.
Easy.
This will serve you well.
That would have been so great.
We did not have this in Atlanta.
Rookie mistake
that we kind of struggled getting posters out of there. We got them all home safe and sound. But if we had this with us, it would have been a much more peace of mind kind of experience, I think. With that, to just roll them up, get them safe and secure in the GrooveTube, and get them home. So can't recommend it enough. Probably will pick up another one myself. That Shorty sounds intriguing.
Yeah,
just to have a backup for when we travel.
Yeah, and if you're curious about what at least for us the Atlanta Rock Poster Show was, if you jump on over to Best of the Tour podcast, go to episode 17. We had Matt Lunig on, which if you're a fan of Dave Matthews Band any posters, love Matt Lunig. Just a phenomenal artist and all around just like great dude. But I think that was a big change for us, because we have all the posters on our wall. To be able to walk up to one of your favorite posters, poster artists, for example, Mark Spusta was at that one. I mean, there was
Bourbon Sunday
and Saxy Art and Tom Shaw and Paragon Creative. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on like that. Show.
I found my Mark Spusta Grail. I want to do a dedicated episode about that. So this is just sizzle reel for you guys. Teaser coming down.
We're going to come back, guys. I know it's been a little bit of a break.
Let's review the Spusta Grail on a future episode, and I'll tell that story.
But those are the types of like gems. One of all, you can find gems, but second of all, to be able to go up to the poster artists that you have all over your walls and to thank them and to tell them like
Robert from Methane Studios was there.
How much their art means to you. I'm gonna get like emotional thinking about it because we've been collectors for 20 years. The other side of it is to be able to be introduced to other artists that you maybe don't know about. Oh, Chelsea Housen. Like we've had Chelsea on the podcast. To be able to give her a hug and be like, wow, it's so good to meet you in person. If you want to hear about that, like I said, you'll hear about that if you want to. Go over to Best of the Tour, check out that episode. We gush all about it. We had little artist interviews that we had gone throughout and kind of talked to them. Schnitzel Bear Studios, and
it goes
on and on.
Just an incredible.
Taylor Rushing was there. I mean, like my brain is like, oh my god, there's so many.
Some Saxy Art was there.
Yeah,
we got the table next to Sax.
Yeah, it's just really. It's great to go. You support the artist directly. The Atlanta Rock Poster Show this year was free to go to, which was also freaking awesome. So you could save your dollars.
Sweetwater Brewery.
Yeah, which was so cool.
If you
if you're East Coast,
cerveza.
Yeah, if you're East Coast and can get to Atlanta, highly recommend. It's usually in February of every year.
Maybe you'll see us at a table.
Yeah, but we're really excited, I think, about this upcoming summer tour season. I know there was like a little bit of a hiatus for us. We've gone and done a little bit of things here and there. We've been very busy. We've got like life stuff and kids stuff and work stuff and chore stuff, but we're back. We're going to try to be a little bit more regular as we can.
Yeah.
But we're really grateful for everybody who, says hello to us at the shows or like lets me give them a sticker in line for merch.
And if you're listening and you're at shows this summer, let the people that you hang out with know about the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Share it, like it, Please. Subscribe. That's the best way to help us. And
absolutely. We just keep being able to share stories with you guys and hopefully bring more artists on here, content, reviews.
Shiny paper.
Thank
you all so much for listening. This has been episode 66 of the Posters in Every Direction podcast. We'll see you on tour and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, everyone.